All right, what is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here, back again here on PlayStation Source. And last year, towards the end of 2021, we did get a release on PS5 and PS4 of a brand new indie game from Ember Lab called Kena Bridge of Spirits. If you missed my review last year on that, check out that review. I really did enjoy it, although, there were some problems I had with it and everything. And the game had a parry mechanic that was extremely broken or just really hard to master and all that. But, aside from that, I really did, enjoy the gameplay, enjoy the visuals of it and everything. And that was a really cool game as well. But today, Ember Lab just released the Kena Bridge of Spirits anniversary update for existing platforms and bringing Kena Bridge of Spirits to an all new platform as well. And I wanted this video to detail everything that is new that is coming in the anniversary update and what you can expect if you're going to jump in for the first time. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Links below in the description if you want to read for yourself, including the patch notes, the multiple PlayStation blog posts as well about this anniversary update, and all the info you would need to know, as well as my review from last year if you want to go check out that. But when is this update releasing? Like I said, it is already out today as of you watching this video, and it will be free for all existing players on PS4, PS5, and its brand new debut on Steam as well, which is available today for PC. So definitely go check out that if you're interested in Kena Bridge of Spirits. So let's start with the biggest update here that will really encapsulate a lot of these things. That is New Game Plus. New Game Plus will become available after completing an initial playthrough. Replay the main story while keeping all collected raw abilities and upgrades. Most New Game Plus combat encounters have been updated with new enemies and modified compositions. Special green chests with collectibles will become available in New Game Plus, and many bosses will include new attacks in New Game Plus as well. The blog does detail that all of these boss phases will, at least most of the boss phases in Kena Bridge of Spirits, will be getting new boss phases as well to their original playthrough counterparts. And this is a really cool thing that, a lot of games with New Game Plus, they just, let you replay the game with the updated abilities that you got throughout your end playthrough, and that's about it. But this, having it be so that we'll run into brand new enemies, and the original enemies that are already in the game as well will have different patterns and different boss phases and different attacks. I think this is a really cool way to really freshen up the game itself. So really cool to see that there. Really cool New Game Plus integration. Next up, we have Spirit Guide Trials and Outfits. Spirit Guide Trials offer unique challenges to test your skills and earn rewards. Interact with the carving behind the mass shrine to take on new trials as they become available throughout your adventure. And there are three different types of Spirit Guide Trials that we're going to break down here. The first one is obstacle courses that focus on Kena's primary abilities, being the bow, bomb, and dash. You must navigate through courses designed to test accuracy, timing, and platforming as well. So think of these more just like your run-of-the-mill obstacle courses that will help you improve your abilities from a primary perspective. And so next up here, we have wave defenses, which this is essentially a horde mode. They didn't dictate if this would be an endless mode though, even though that'd be great if they had the endless option for wave defenses, but it's described as multiple rounds of increasingly difficult enemies, all while having few opportunities to heal. Sounds like a really good way to explore and get into that Kena combat again as well, along with boss reflex being the last Spirit Guide trial type. And this one is essentially a boss rush mode, so it'll allow players to revisit their favorite bosses and master them to their liking. And so really cool stuff there. I know a lot of people definitely wanted to maybe avoid some boss fights in the original game, but hey, there happened updates to them and stuff like that. We will touch on that later on in the video, but really cool that you're going to be able to go back and play your favorite boss fights from the game itself. Unique Kena outfits with color variations can be unlocked by completing Spirit Guide trials and bonus objectives. And so this has to deal with the notion that completing trials unlocks new outfits for Kena to wear that are inspired by people she meets on her journey. A villager skin is available based off of the twins Benny and Saya. An archer skin is based off of Rusu. A bomb maker skin is based off of Hana, and there's plenty more to see. We even get a little glimpse of it on the PlayStation blog where we get confirmation of a mask maker skin, snowy owl, and gatekeeper outfits as well to unlock via these spirit guide trials. But there's even a really cool shadow outfit as well that's only available for deluxe edition owners of Kena Bridge of Spirits. And to touch base on the optional bonus objectives, so these are available in the spirit guide trials that don't have to be completed, obviously, them being optional, but when you do complete them, they give you access to different color variations of existing outfits in the base game itself. So they look pretty cool, I'd say, in my book. You know what I'm saying? We got a shot of 2 different ones here that look really cool, but you also can get really cool unique Charmstones by completing these same bonus objectives. So with that being said, let's go into what Charmstones are. And honestly, next to New Game Plus adding brand new enemies and boss phases to existing bosses, Charmstones being added to the game actually are really surprising to me, and I think are a really cool step in Kena Bridge of Spirits. So Charmstones are described as being equipable stones that have been hidden throughout the world that will modify Kena's abilities by granting unique combinations of advantages and disadvantages in combat. And while there's plenty of them to explore, we do get a quick look at 3 different examples of Charmstones, with one being called Arrowhead, which will give you bow damage that is vastly increased by 3 seconds after defeating an enemy. We have Resilience, which is said to add staff damage that is moderately increased by 8 seconds after taking damage, but you lose all courage on the last hit as a downside. And we also have Champion as another example that will give you staff damage that is greatly increased by 5 seconds after defeating an enemy, but damage taken greatly increases as a downside as well. So honestly, not gonna lie, kind of jealous that, you know, there's some newcomers that will have these different stones to be able to use in their playthroughs. But hey, you know, this gives you plenty of incentive to come back to the game if you play it last year with different New Game Plus enemies and these new Charmstones as well. And so they also added 2 new bomb ability upgrades that are being called the Splatter Bomb and the Split Bomb. I'm assuming the Splatter Bomb is just going to be like a barrage of a bomb of some type, and the Split Bomb is probably going to be 2 seeking ones. I think we might have seen that in the trailer probably, but you know, they don't give a description, but I'm sure we can explore those in the final game of the anniversary update. And lastly here, of course, they did add new rot hats that have been hidden throughout the world, because come on now, you know, you really can't have a rot without a hat. Kena Bridge of Spirits being a very visually appealing game will also have enhanced photo mode that is added to the anniversary update as well. So photo mode has been enhanced with lighting setups, camera animations, and more, with brand new poses that have been added to photo mode itself. Really cool stuff there, you know what I'm saying? Love to see photo mode being fully taken advantage of and really bolstered in this update. Next up, we have some settings update as well, where we have a new difficulty setting called Apprentice Spirit Guide. So this will offer a balance between story mode and spirit guide settings that will now have the new run of difficulty options being story mode, Apprentice Spirit Guide, and Expert Spirit Guide. I know a lot of people were saying that the, you know, base Spirit Guide, quote unquote, normal tier of difficulty being a little bit too hard for some players. So really cool that they added this as well to give a little bit more, you know, gradients to the difficulty in Kena, right? They also added new text localization for the Polish language, and DLSS and dynamic resolution support has been added for PC. So you'll be able to run Kena at much higher looking resolutions at a lower cost of performance, and the resolution will dynamically change based on what your system can handle. Next up, we have some really cool accessibility features that were added to the game as well, with UI scaling, automatic sprint, subtle size, and background opacity, as well as toggling input functionality for multiple abilities. We also have deluxe edition upgrades, being that this is a really cool thing here. The Kena Bridge of Spirits original soundtrack has been expanded and remastered, so I'm hoping that the overall quality of the music is going to be enhanced with that remaster, along with them kind of dropping that there's some boss music that will be changed for some of the New Game Plus boss music. I think that's what they're talking about here with this OST expansion and remaster with the update itself. And they do also reiterate that the Shadow outfit has been included as a deluxe edition exclusive as well. And lastly here, some miscellaneous fixes that they added include pre-rendered cutscenes are rendered at higher frame rate to fix frame pacing issues. I believe, if I remember correctly, I think the cutscenes in Kena were in 30 frames, even though, you know, the gameplay was at 60. I think that was correct and one of my critiques about the game. So if that's what they're talking about here, very cool to see if they did bump up those frame rates in the cutscenes. And lastly here, difficulty balancing has been improved. So this is a really interesting point here that I really want to see how the game has changed from a balance perspective, because definitely there were a lot of times in Kena where the difficulty will just just spike like crazy, and like things that a lot of people were talking about as well. So I'm really curious to see how, you know, it all works out with new players experiencing this version of the game that has those balancing fixes and that included new difficulty option as well. So overall, guys, whether you are new to Kena or just coming in from last year, it looks like there's going to be a lot of really cool things here that will add to the overall game itself. And Kena itself is a really great game. Kena Bridge of Spirits, highly recommend it if you have not played it. Play it now on PC. If you got a PC, play it on PS5, play it on PS4, all that great stuff. Definitely do recommend this game, including these really cool updates that are added here with the anniversary update for free for Steam, PS4, and PS5. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on the video, as well as hit subscribe to PlayStation Store to keep up with the latest and greatest in PlayStation. Down below, find links to our Discord, our Twitter, and of course our Anchor link. That way you can listen to our long form content in podcast format. Road to Ragnarok is coming extremely hot. Y'all are not ready for it. Definitely stay tuned for that on the channel and podcast services via the Anchor link in the description. A lot of you, if you enjoyed it, as well as hit subscribe to PlayStation Store to keep up with the latest and greatest in PlayStation. Thank you all for watching, and as always, greatness awaits.